A good evening from where you're watching from. Thank you for joining us for the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo, Arnold, Mark, and Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. And without further ado, let's get straight in the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. The rate at which Ugandans are putting into practice wealth creation messages has impressed the country's president, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The head of state says had this been embraced way before, Ugandans would not economically be the same with more netizens in the money economy. President Museveni expressed this during his wealth tours of the districts of Butebo and Budaka in the Bukedi sub-region of eastern Uganda.
For quite some time, wealth creation is one that has been part of President Yoweri Museveni's messages to Ugandans. It may have taken some time for people to appreciate it, but like they say, better late than never. From what has been seen so far, everything looks progressive. Progressive because farmers like Kedi Patrick of Kashebai sub-county in Butebo district does not regret venturing into poultry farming. A venture that was made possible with the funds from government thanks to the parish development model.
Wekitiibwa President bali ate kintu kyanjawulo bansasula million emu n'emitwalo 87.5 ezo sente ezo zanyambako nnyo nefunako endimiro nalina eka zange nnya era bwe ziri era eka zenya nasibamu ne kasooli era endimiro ndala gye nafunamu nasibako green space wamanyi kyorogo.
To see for himself what transpires here was President Yoweri Museveni, the brain behind the PDM, as goes its acronym. He listened attentively to these farmers' achievements, challenges, and future prospects.
President waffe wano amaji badenga tundanga singo lunana ekirimu Gana fertilized eggs lunana katulunana wentunda amaji enkoko zino enkaga musatu ziri eri leka zino ziva muziri enkaga musatu enkazi zibika amaji 45 olunaku.
Impressed, the president extended a 10 million support for further expansion into other ventures, a gesture welcomed by area leaders.
Start the family companies. There's no consolidation. Yes. You can divide within unity. You can have shares within unity. You don't have
He had wanted to convince him about dairy, but he was inflexible. Then the president opted to give him the 10 million and urged him to use it in a manner that it will cause a multiplier effect, that the investment out of that 10 million will be passed on to other people in the community.
Perhaps at some point, Kedi's venture will grow to the level of Nimrod Mulonde, a prominent farmer from Kamonkoli sub-county in Budaka district. Mulonde, a former agricultural officer, understood what it meant to put farming theory into practice. This explains ventures in fish, poultry and dairy farming, among others.
We have turkeys, we have ducks, like you've seen, we have guineas, and we have the rabbits. From this kind of project, we get at least 65.2 annually. Then we take away expenditure, which is approximately 45, and we end up with profits of about 20.2.
Even when he's sickly and unfortunately not able to speak, his ventures speak for themselves.
The family would love to embrace modern farming techniques for Nikim, farm and expand service beyond the local market to Greater Bukit and Bugisu, because we receive people from these various parts who come here. And kindly we request the President, His Excellency, the President of Uganda, to look into this.
Such is the gospel that President Yoweri Museveni has been encouraging Ugandans to embrace.
So, Mzee Muronde is now one of the fertile grounds where the seed of wealth creation germinated. And as you can hear, these are just 5 acres. It's not a big piece of land, but you have heard what he has done with it.
And this is why he is extending technical and health support to this family and its farming ventures.
4 things: health, transport, hatchery, and animal feed making. I will support that.
The journey towards wealth creation continues, and these tours by the President for assessment of the same are part of the journey. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Former opposition stalwart Dr. Patrick Wakida has officially been welcomed into the ruling National Resistance Movement. Wakida, who formerly subscribed to the Opposition Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, was received by the NRM party chairman, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, at Butaleja district headquarters. While announcing his defection, Wakida stressed the need for timely service delivery.
President Yoweri Museveni had just arrived for the leaders' meeting at Butaleja district headquarters. Then came an announcement that nearly took the crowd by astonishment. Dr. Patrick Wakida, a renowned political scientist and researcher, was officially joining the ruling NRM party.
Your Excellency, because of your good leadership and how NRM has been performing and handling things in a mass way, I have my good brother, Dr. Wakida, who decided to cross from FDC to NRM.
Without mincing his words, Dr. Wakida confirmed this announcement.
I was born in Buked, in a smaller district of Chibuku. I grew up in Chibuku, and I've studied in Chibuku, and I attained the highest education any Ugandan can have. Every time I've worked outside there, I've remembered that as a statistician, this is the poorest area on the earth, where you go in the house and you smell poverty. And I took a decision that you look for power to neutralize poverty. And that's why I took a decision to work with you to neutralize poverty.
His reasons for defection rotate around effective service delivery. He was officially welcomed by the President.
I am happy. The other day you appointed me the director on the Uganda Investment Authority. That's what I do best. I promised the NRM party that we need to deliver. I don't want to go where they don't deliver. I don't. Those of you who have interacted with me know that I deliver. And we shall deliver. Honorable Prime Minister, you know we work. I've seen the Vice President. You were the guest of honor on my graduation. I've seen Honorable both. We are friends forever. I've seen Dombo. You introduced me to UPC, and then you left me there. I am happy to be here.
Other NRM leaders saw this as an added strength to the party.
He wants to join the winning team. We welcome Dr. Wakida to the winning team. There is no doubt in my mind, clear, that Wakida definitely will be a major addition to to the national resistance movement. And there are many others who have joined, those from UPC, from DP, and you have seen them create a fundamental change even within their own lives. To me, I call upon those who are still out to come and join the party.
Dr. Wakida is whispered to be eyeing the Kabweri County parliamentary seat in Kibuku district, a position currently held by Mugole Mauku Stephen. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Furthermore, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has revised government's approach to the use of wetlands in the Bukedi sub-region, shifting away from agricultural activities like rice farming to encourage the development of extensive fish farming. This move follows promising results from pilot projects in the area, which have shown positive impact on local communities.
District number 1 is Busia. Can we hear you?
On the second day of his three-day presidential wealth creation tour, President Museveni has addressed local leaders from the 7 districts that make up Bukedi sub-region at a meeting held in Butaleja district.
Who is Tororo? Can we hear you?
The gathering in Butaleja brought together a broad array of leaders from across the entire Bukedi sub-region.
Bukedi region.
On arrival, President Museveni was welcomed by a delegation led by the Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, Prime Minister Robin Nabanja, among other key figures, including the NRM Secretary General, Right Honorable Richard Odwong.
And assembled before you are the guest leaders you invited from the sub-region.
2021, this was the vote for the manifesto we are reviewing today. Tororo moved a little to 55%. Palisa was at 64%. Chibuko was at 55%. Budaka was at 52%. Busia moved to 46%. Butaleja dropped to 54%. Butebo gave us 65%.
Uganda, through the Ministry of East Africa Community Affairs, has undertaken a number of steps to promote the integration of the East African member states. The sub-region, Your Excellency, has got 2 major one-stop border points, and that is Busia and Maraba.
Zonal tours have greatly helped in awakening and mobilizing the population to meaningfully participate in wealth creation and job creation initiatives, as demonstrated by the farmers who we visited yesterday.
At the meeting, several ministers provided sector performances and updates of the Bukedi sub-region.
Bukedi region has 635 parishes, with 313 hosting at least one government primary school.
Bukedi, that is Kibuku, Palisa, Butebo, Busia, Tororo, Butaleja and Budaka, have a total national road network of 815.6 kilometers.
The total fertility rate in Bukedi region is 6.5 children per woman, compared to the national average of 5.2. So the area is quite fertile.
No leader in Uganda, no political party, no nation I see in Africa does what you do by coming to account to the people on the account of what achievements we have scored.
President's address focused on the need for more sustainable and productive approach to agriculture in Bukedi. Museveni advocated for the expansion of fish farming in the region.
I don't want the Bukedi to leave the wetlands. I would like to do 2 things. Number 1, use the wetlands better and get more money out of them. But at the same time, save the wetlands for a reason which I will tell you. That's why, therefore, the fish ponds should be not in the center of the swamp, but at the edge of the wetland.
Museveni noted that while they had some reluctance among local communities to adopt his wealth creation message, those who had heeded the call were now reaping the rewards.
You know, it is as if they don't care about these people. bali nk'abatalumirwa abantu bano kubanga
President Museveni also addressed recent changes in the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, noting that Prime Minister Robert Nabanja will now oversee the sector in a move aimed at improving management and maximizing the potential of Uganda's coffee industry.
When we were having our little battle in Parliament about the parasites of UCDA, ababyabo bawade babba kyebabadeko. Now my MPs said we need that UCDA was giving opposition members of parliament seedlings and denying them to the NRM people. Can you imagine? That's why the opposition were supporting UCDA. Bali bakozesa za government okugabenda okwa kuzigabira ba opposition. So we have now, I have put Right Honorable Nabanja in charge of that. She's going to have a meeting to see how we can support our members of parliament with the ndokwa, with the seedlings.
The president concluded his remarks by emphasizing his belief that poverty should not coexist with development.
Enkulakulana weri ibibyo nabimwogera enkulakulana bikyamasobere wowowo olunaku lulamba naye obwavu buliranye n'enkulakulana.
He stressed that Uganda's growth and wealth creation efforts must be inclusive, ensuring that no community is left behind in the process.
The ones who buys my milk, whether he's a Catholic, whether he's a Protestant, whether he's a Muslim, whether he's an Indian, I welcome him, I love him.
President Museveni's tour of Buket sub-region will conclude on Sunday, November 10th, with a visit to Palisa district. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Butalija District.
Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, has called upon Muni University to create partnerships in order to scale up research at the university. Her message was contained in a written speech passed by the State Minister for Primary Education, Dr. Joyce Moriku Kaduchu, who presided over as chief guest during the 7th graduation ceremony of Muni this Saturday.
Established in 2014, Muni University was the 6th public university in Uganda that is providing science-based academic programs. In this year's graduation, a total of 314 students graduated in 14 different academic disciplines. While representing Education Minister Janet Kataha Museveni as chief guest during the graduation ceremony, Dr. Joyce Moriku Kaduchu challenged the management of the university to engage in partnerships in order to scale up research.
The Ministry of Education and Sports appreciates the research work and publications that is taking place right here at Muni University. Research and publication are a unique features of a university that sets apart all of them from other educational institutions. I want to assure you that the Ministry of Education and Sports will continue to support these efforts, and I want to thank Muni University for making a good progress on innovative research. The research on the Smart Mom Uganda harnesses cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology embedded with Internet of Things for emergency maternal care.
She also charged the graduates to become solutions to the worsening climate change situations through research.
Climate change isn't a just political or scientific issue. As we commission you today, graduates, go and offer solutions to climate change in whatever you do. For God and my country, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, the First Lady, and the Minister of Education and Sports.
The event was graced by other high-level dignitaries in the government, religious and cultural setups who challenged the graduates not to despise jobs.
For so many years, you relied on your parents to become what you are today. Have no school fees, have no uniform. They want this in the school. It's now for people to ask you, where is the soap? Where is the uniform? A job is what you do which gives you some income, some money, finished. Forget these gowns. If they cannot make you money, that's not a job.
Chancellor of Muni University, retired Archbishop of Uganda, Henry Lukorombi, thanked the government of Uganda and the president for establishing Muni University with the aim of bringing services of higher education nearer to the people of West Nile.
Your Excellency, we shall never get tired of thanking you for your deep insight and visionary outlook that led to the establishment of Muni University as a sixth public university in Uganda. It is insufficient to only say thank you. I do pray to God for you that He may shower you with more blessings, good health, and enhanced wisdom as you steer this country to greater horizons.
Joseph Fonama, UBC News.
Candidates vying for the position of Kisoro District Woman Member of Parliament are intensifying their campaigns to secure the seat in Parliament. However, the campaigns have been dominated by the issues of religious and ethnic division, with tensions notably arising between Protestants and Catholics.
The situation escalated after religious leaders publicly declared their support for certain candidates, causing significant unease. In the ruling NRM party, divisions have also emerged. Dr. Philemon Mateke, the father of the late Sarah Mateke Nyirabashitsi, and the NRM chairperson for Kisoro district, chose not to support Rose Kabagenyi, who won in the primaries. He is backing Akifeza Ngabirano, also an NRM member, who is running as an independent candidate.
Tango Doi team, it seems they came with a person who should go to parliament. Not the choice of the people. They give you the shortcomings of the by-election.
The conflict arose after Dr. Mateke's daughter, Ruth Nyiraneza, opted out of the race. In the NRM primaries, Rose Kabagenyi beat 11 other candidates, a result that displeased Dr. Mateke, leading him to support Akifeza Ngabirano as an independent candidate. In an interview at his residence, Dr. Mateke explained that he disagreed with the NRM primary results, claiming Akifeza was the legitimate winner, presenting documents to support his claim. He refused to support Kabagenyi, accusing her of vote rigging.
Massive rigging. Evidence is there. You tell me, are refugees supposed to vote in our elections? Are the patients supposed to be pulled from their beds and then to go and line up?
Dr. Mateke states that his daughter, Nyirabashitsi, was Protestant, and so he feels compelled. This stance has raised questions among the people of Kisoro, with religious leaders also becoming directly involved in the campaign. Minister for Information, Communication, Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, has expressed concern over the situation and suggested that Dr. Mateke should take responsibility of his actions. He said efforts to meet Dr. Mateke have been unsuccessful as he has been avoiding them.
He is just failing to come to terms with this defeat which he suffered at that level, which was a mistake on his side, because as a chairman of NRM, he should have treated all the contestants as his. Because as a chairman, everybody is yours. And then you only come in like we have come now, when the NRM members have said of all these good people who have stood, majority of us has supported this one.
The minister also mentioned an anticipated meeting with President Museveni next Tuesday. Despite ongoing campaigns, candidates are encountering serious challenges. It is alleged that when a Catholic candidate enters a predominantly Protestant area, residents tend to withdraw and vice versa. Some candidates have even fled to avoid bloodshed, and security has been heightened due to the current tense situation. Top NRM officials have decided to mobilize support for Rose Kabagenyi in Kisoro. At each stop, they urge voters not to be swayed by the divisions created on ethnic and religious grounds. Honorable Seninde commented on the situation, expressing disappointment with the religious leaders who have abandoned their spiritual roles to engage in politics. She also outlined plans for a visit by the NRM party chairperson and the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, hoping that it will help resolve the situation. NRM party spokesperson Rogers Mulindwa reaffirmed their commitment to campaign for Kabagenyi and criticized religious leaders for directly involving themselves in the politics.
However, as a party, we are confident on the ground. This by-election is not so special from the other by-elections we have had. We only need to be a bit more focused, and then NRM will win.
Some residents in Kisoro have expressed a loss of trust in Dr. Mateke, saying his deputy has effectively become the recognized NRM chairperson in Kisoro.
Selfish interests will not work here so long as I'm still alive.
I think I appreciate the fact that he has been open and clear, because there are times when someone hides and you work with him not knowing what exactly their motives are. But at least we are very glad that has been able to tell the truth, that he's not going to support the flag bearer. And because of that, definitely, it has helped us now to know how to work with those who are ready to work for us and to work with the flag bearer without disturbing him.
The election is set to take place on Thursday, the 14th of this month.
On Sunday, November 17th, 2024, all roads lead to Katikati Restaurant grounds for the White Cane Safety Day Run. This event will honor the accomplishments of the people who are blind or visually impaired and celebrate the white cane as a powerful symbol of independence and empowerment.
A White Cane Safety Day event is set to take place next Sunday in Kampala, with an ambitious goal to raise close to 20,000 white canes for individuals who are blind or partially sighted.
Over 2 million visually impaired persons of different categories. There are those who are totally blind, or what we call legally blind, like myself, those who don't see at all, and there are those who have got a residual kind of sight, who can see but not see very well, and there are those who have one eye. All those are categorized as blind people.
This year's theme, Clear the Way, highlights the importance of creating an accessible world.
Many blind people who don't have access to this gadget, yet it is very important. So together with the National Association of the Blind, we are, first of all, want to raise awareness that while we are going about our business, there are people who are not able to see. And these people can be able to see or to move around when they can afford a white cane. Not everyone can afford. A white cane goes for about 100 to 150, and especially blind people who cannot engage in economic activity cannot realize them.
The event will be attended by the Speaker of Parliament, members of Parliament, the Lions Clubs of Kampala, the National Association of the Blind, Millennium Optics, and other partners.
On 17th at Katikati, you are all invited. Buy these running kits as many as we can. We are also calling out for more donors, more partners, more sponsors on board. We want to be with everyone on this day, and we are sure that we are going to have a very successful event.
White Cane Day underscores the essential role of white cane in empowering people who are blind or visually impaired to live independently. For those who use it, the white cane enables a fuller or independent life by allowing them to navigate freely and safely in various environments, from work and school to neighborhoods.
We want to appreciate our partners who have come on board. We want to appreciate the Parliament of Uganda. We We want to appreciate Minister of Gender, specifically Honorable Helen Hassamo. She has really done a great job in this. We want to thank Millennium Optics. We want to thank Nodipo. We want to thank Site Savers. We want to thank...
White Cane Awareness Day aims to educate the public on the significance of the white cane, extending the user's reach. It allows individuals to assess surroundings, avoid obstacles, navigate curbs and steps, locate doorways, and enter vehicles with ease. The cane empowers its users to explore their surroundings confidently without the need of verbal alerts or physical guidance from others. While the white cane enhances safety by making blind pedestrians more visible to drivers, it is equally a symbol of independence and equality over time.
And there are also several types of white canes. There is a type of white cane which is short, which is used by those who can, we call them B3, who can see a bit.
The emphasis of White Cane Safety Day has shifted beyond safety to highlight the self-sufficiency and societal inclusion it enables for people who are blind.
Awareness. Us as Kamparat Central, who are joining UNAIDS in running for sight, we shall also grab the opportunity to underscore the importance of diabetes in blindness.
Oko Joseph and Habrimana Deo, UBC.
If you develop diabetes,
and with that, we take a short commercial break. We'll return right after these messages.
Uganda fire! Uganda! This is it! Bring that fire like never before! As Uganda Cranes takes on South Africa on 15th November at 4 p.m. Ewa Nambole! One more win! Gatugenda wa AFCON 2025! No panya, no calculator! Nkubidoni, wacha wewe! Katugwe chicho, buy your ticket using Momo at only 25k for ordinary. Atema abakashi! Ordinary goes for 30k, 50k for VIP, and 150k for Mpare Ndebendeba Platinum! Each ticket comes with a free train ride to Nambole. Get your tickets from MTN service centers at Chaberodi, Zebra House, Crested Towers, and Clock Tower. To avoid delays, or simply scan the code on your smartphone for easy entry into the stadium. Oh, why? Remember, no physical tickets will be issued or sold at Nambole. Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda's football. Together, we are unstoppable.
Amazina ganje ninyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri ryo muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message erikweka mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo nedi y'abafere sente ziriyo zona bakaziteka ko nazihangwira.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when fueled with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Your car is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Honorable Fred Biamukama, Minister of State for Works and Transport in charge of transport, invites you to the launch of the 4-acre model campaign in the Greater Chibale District's Bunyoro sub-region. The event will take place at Chikwaya Primary School Playground, Kakumiro District on November 15th, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. and will be graced by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. All residents, civil servants and the leaders from the districts that make up Greater Chibale, Kakumiro, Chibale, Kagadi, Chikube and neighboring areas are encouraged to attend in large numbers. This initiative, led by the President, aims to bring ordinary people into the money economy by showcasing farmers who have succeeded in the 1-acre model, 2-acre model, 3-acre model and 4-acre model. Join local leaders and residents in learning how small land can be used to enhance food security and socio-economic growth. Don't miss this opportunity to witness the transformative impact on local communities.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. The Minister for General Duties in the Office of the Prime Minister, Justin Kasule Lumumba, has expressed dissatisfaction with the disunity among leaders in Bugiri District and Uganda as a whole. The minister, who hails from Bukoli in Bugiri District, says that a number of leaders have initiated fights to the extent of disagreeing with one another on which development project parties and leaders to support.
Those were Minister Kasule Lumumba's remarks as he presided over belated International Youth Day celebrations for Bugiri District at Bulume Primary School. Lumumba also advised the youth to utilize the PDM money properly on the enterprises they requested for. The function was attended by the woman MP for Bugiri District, Honorable Taka Agnes, who encouraged the youth to seriously get involved in PDM projects because it's the only way they can get out of poverty.
I wish to take the opportunity to encourage all the youth to work hard, to use the opportunity that government has given us through all the programs available, especially now that we have PDM. Let us all embrace the program because the PDM has at least 30% of every amount of money that goes to the parish. Meaning that if a parish gets 100 million, at least 30 million is for the youth.
On the issue of skilling, Mrs. Taka said that she's going to resume the program because she was still lobbying for resources. Bugiri youth, through their district leaders, say they're engaging in income-generating activities like goat rearing to avert the poverty levels ravaging the district.
This project is seeking to address the challenges by providing an avenue for youth to engage in livestock farming, specifically goat rearing as a means of livelihood.
According to the recently concluded national census, Bugiri District is among the leading districts with bigger numbers of unemployed youth. Sando Martin compiled the story for UBC News.
The Executive Secretary, National Council for Science and Technology, Dr. Martin Patrick Ongol, has advised universities to align research and innovations with the Sustainable Development Goals and the National Development Plan for or if the research is to benefit the country. He was the guest speaker at the 15th Annual Research Conference of Uganda Matters University in Kozi in Mpigi District.
Under the National Development Plan 4, where emphasis is put on research for the betterment of Uganda, science, technology and innovation is key to sustainable development. This puts universities that engage in research and development to align with sustainable development goals. At the annual research conference of Uganda Matters University in Kozi, the Executive Secretary, National Council for Science and Technology, Dr. Martin Patrick Ongol, tipped universities to focus on sustainable development goals.
There is what they demand. So how do we emerge those two aspects, and it involves quite a very huge analysis to come up with that linkage between what we do in R&D and then what the market deserves.
The Vice Chancellor, Uganda Matters University Nkozi Professor Patrick Kyamanywa, warned academicians on intellectual property, where researchers have lost their research works on unclear sponsorships.
What new idea are you bringing on board? Can you be the one to scale the horizon? Let us build partnerships. Partnering with someone does not make you less able to. As researchers, we better start working in collaboration. So like the Sustainable Development Goals have urged us in Goal 17 to build partnerships, I urge us also here in this house and those listening to us and the others we shall impact, that we build meaningful research partnerships so that we can grow together.
The 15th Annual Research Conference was on the theme Beyond Sustainable Development Goals. Abiona Francisco, UBC News.
Multi-million-dollar machines intended to enhance innovation and skills development are lying idle at Bukedia Technical Institute due to lack of skilled personnel to operate them. As a result, the institution has been forced to continue using outdated, time-consuming tools for training students, as Oko Joseph reports.
The teaching of agriculture and metal fabrication courses at Bukedia Technical Institute has faced setbacks due to lack of skilled personnel to operate the machines designed to impart these skills.
We have got a shear machine, shearing machine. We have got a bending machine. They do not work. We have got crack detectors in metals. They do not work.
The institution's leadership claims they were never involved in the procurement process of these machines.
Before procuring anything, they should come on ground and consult the end users. Because I've seen in some institutions, there are equipments which were brought, procured, but are still in boxes. We don't have the manpower or the skilled personnel to use those equipments.
As a result, the institution has been left with no choice but to continue using outdated and time-consuming tools for training students.
The time we take to train is, say, a class of 30, when we are using the modern ones, which are not functioning. It's less compared to the traditional.
The institution is also struggling to operate with limited facilities as the construction of the first phase was delayed since 2014.
We only have 6 teaching rooms, yet we are running 6 courses. And each course has got 2 years, year 1 and year 2. And because of the decentralized enrollment, which was introduced some 2 years back, the population is rising every year.
Bukedia district leadership assured the institution of government's commitment to complete the construction of both phase 1 and 2.
As we speak now, government has procured a contractor who is going to complete the construction of the infrastructure, and that will make the institution put all what was not put here. For example, the workshops should be functional, and unfortunately the graduates who are graduating today didn't go through these workshops.
This was revealed at the graduation ceremony, the first of its kind, held by the institute.
Bukedia Technical Institute should be complete by now. However, the sad truth is that even after 11 years from the construction, from the time construction started, the first phase is not yet complete.
So that we are able to complete the infrastructure development that have been already started by the current leadership. There's a girls' dormitory, we'll be told about it. I want to appeal that let us pay our tuition timely.
The ceremony saw over 200 students graduate in various disciplines at national certificate level. celebrated amid glamour and joy. Oko Joseph, UBC.
The 7th Career Chat in the Performing Arts Student Seminar and Exhibition under Makerere University's College of Humanities and Social Sciences took place on Friday at Yusuf Luley Auditorium, Makerere University, and we have a detailed report.
The 7th Career Chats in the Performing Arts aimed to explore sustainability in the creative arts. Professor Masemirembe Ntangari, the chief organizer, emphasized the seminar's role in shaping students' talent and aligning their dreams with sustainable practices.
So the seminar, we wanted to keep the students, first of all, about the things that we have been studying in class, in the lecture rooms. Can we try to see them practically? Can we invite those from industry, because our industry of the performing arts is still the industry of entertainment? Can they come and listen to us, but can we also listen to them and see what they tell us or advise us about our courses in the theater, in film? Career Chats, CHARTS, means that we are getting these students and showing them the different possibilities.
Professor Marcel allowed the students skills during a discussion on studying drama in Uganda schools and universities. What works, what doesn't. The discussion examined roles of creators, animators, and connectors.
Because I, for one, I was in a school where we did have a stage. We just had something called the main hall that was really flat, that a person that was behind couldn't see what we were doing on MTT days.
Had 3 categories or groups of students. Basically, generally, we have had first years. For first years, this was their first time to be on stage. And of course, it's not easy to be on stage, not easy to stand and speak to people.
Second year students showcased their expertise in scenery, costume design, and makeup.
Our gift. Here we have, see, the stress of ambient to this, tell us that this come down using a rail. Yes? This side signifies Chintu and Nambi's garden, where they were to plant and have their gardens, chicken, and where the gift that was given to them by Gulu.
That has really taught me a lot. Just as a student, it has taught me to appreciate that I, as a person, am actually studying drama as a course, and also it has taught me it has boosted my confidence.
The uniqueness of our country is also represented through the arts, so I would feel the government should put in more effort in pushing it, so that really we have more emphasis, so that it's not diluted with what we see outside there.
Students were mentored in various areas, including playmaking, use of studios for photography and film, as well as practical training in scenery and costume design. Additionally, there was a focus on financial literacy regarding investment in the creative industry.
I'm happy that Lion Mass is also now coming through to push for partnerships and collaborations. And that is why we are here today as Old Mitchell, because she started the conversation. Sometimes when resources are scarce, you don't sit back. You have to just stand up and fight.
Professor Helen Nambalirwa Nkabara, the church principal, applauded the initiative and pledged further support by providing necessary equipment to enhance students' practical experiences.
Aware that you miss many of the equipment that you need. Your teachers, your lecturers have brought this to our attention as a college. And we pledge to be very, very intentional. We may not buy so many at once, but we shall be very intentional in ensuring that at least there is a beginning. But most importantly, I've already said it and I will say it, just know that you should not sit on the gold that you have. Your teachers, your lecturers, your facilitators are rich in terms of practice.
Jamiru Sekaja compiled this report for UBC News.
The Office of the Prime Minister advises caution as heavy rainfall peaks across Uganda, affecting regions like West Nile, Southwestern, Western, Central and Elgon. The current wet conditions, which bring both positive and negative impacts, require preparedness from government entities, businesses, local governments and the public. For ministries, departments, agencies and businesses, it's recommended to review business continuity plans to maintain the movement of goods, services and essential personnel. Health facilities near vulnerable areas should be stocked with essential supplies. The Directorate of Water Resources should monitor water levels and provide public updates on flood risks. For district local governments, districts in high-risk regions should identify safe evacuation sites near affected communities, ensuring these are not in schools to avoid disrupting exams. Adults should accompany children crossing flood-prone areas, and schools should permit attendance only when safe. Households and institutions should trim nearby tree branches to prevent potential property damage. Local disease surveillance and water quality checks should be heightened, and district disaster management committees (DDMCs) should share timely early warning information. For the general public and communities, motorists are advised to reduce speeds due to slippery roads and poor visibility. People should avoid crossing flooded areas until water recedes, and those in flood-prone zones should stay alert for warning signs like surface cracks. The advisory encourages using the rains to boost agricultural productivity by following best farming practices. This advisory aims to bolster sector-based preparedness and response action across Uganda to mitigate the impacts of floods, landslides, and other hazards.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. The Indian community in Uganda, together with friends, has celebrated the Indian Shahath Puja festival in Kampala. This annual event saw a strong turnout and was graced by the Indian High Commissioner to Uganda, Upendar Singh Rawat. This year's event included traditional prayers, offerings to the sun, their god, and the famous ritual of fasting and gathering by water, a highlight of the puja. In his address, His Excellency Upendar Singh Rawat highlighted the significance of this festival, which embodies values of faith, gratitude and unity amongst the Indian community.
They pray to the sun god in the evening when the sun is setting, and again in the next day morning when the sun rises, and this festival continues for 4 days. And the primary purpose is to pray and to wish for the good health of one's offsprings, sons and daughters.
Sanatan Dharma festival, where ladies can fast for more than 24 hours without water and without anything. It's I can say more than 36 to 42 hours. They are fasting without having anything, and we pray nature. So that's why we pray sun. And sun is the, I can say, strength. So God's son, he give us strength to fast for that longer. And mainly this festival is for your beloved son. So mother pray that his son is healthy, wealthy and do much better in their life. For that purpose, we celebrate this Chhath Puja.
We are very lucky that this has been organized in Kampala, and we are part of this because we all believe in a sun. Because as per Sanatan Dharma, we more believe in which is a practical, means sun and moon, these two things which we see every day. And this basically particular festival is about the prayer of sun. As Mr. Sanjay Rai said, the sun when you pray basically is about the strength and wisdom. So this festival which is you are seeing today, then again tomorrow morning we are going to have, and tomorrow morning after sunrise, after the prayer, this function will be ended.
And furthermore, failure and reluctance to keep records of businesses have been cited as major threats to successful enterprises in Uganda. This was revealed by the business experts at an engagement aimed at tipping women in micro and small-scale businesses on how to manage their enterprises.
Ugandan entrepreneurs are coming up with business innovations aimed at improving their business acumen.
However, lack of basic entrepreneurial and business management skills hamper the performance and success of their businesses.
Fortunately, I did not record. I was not experienced with recording, but I just remember that my starting point was 12,000 shillings.
Kwangu okola n'otawandiika bintu by'okozesa engeri gy'osuubuddemu n'engeri gy'ogenda okufunamu oba tojja kukola era oba tojja kuwangala ya bizinesi era oba olina okubeerawo n'ekitabo ky'owandiikamu leero ndeese bya mmeka ngenda bifunamu mmeka.
Asimo Immaculate, a business expert, notes that failure to keep business records negatively affects performance and output.
Business records, this is a very broad challenge, and how it affects the problem. If you're not keeping records, there is third parties are not going to trust you because there is no confirmation that you did a stock of 1 million or stock of 500,000. You don't have receipts. So if you're not keeping records, that means even your profitability is going to be low. You as a manager, you as a CEO, we love saying that we are CEOs and CEOs. It's going to be hard for you to track your stock.
Experts have now organized a training for women in business to equip them with the knowledge about balancing business books, record keeping, among others.
If someone tells me that they have a problem of record keeping, I train them. I take them through a module, an ILO module using the IYB, that is Improve Your Business Package, and take them through how to make records, how to have a list of your suppliers, have a list of your customers, and we solve that. Women have been telling me on how they have been working for time immemorial, but they sent a zibulira muzenyanya. So with a problem like that, we do costing. When you receive supplies, how much do you sell? When do you sell? Where and what?
The training also looked at the GROW project, a government of Uganda initiative funded by the World Bank and implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. However, some participants expressed concerns over the prerequisites for one to borrow money from this project.
This borrow money does not cater for low-income earners like me because they really look at less security. People like me, I may not have land. I don't have an agreement. I don't have my own. I don't have ownership to what we have with my husband. So that automatically kicks me out of the game.
Tusaba nti teri kitasoboka kwa bikintu kikolebwa bantu ate ne government yaffe efeeyo government ya NRM efeeyo ku bakyalo okulaba nti ne mu grow bateekawo wakiri component enesitula abakyala abawansi kuba bye basinga obungi.
Attendees were thankful to the organizers.
So I came here for her to resharpen money and real love.
Banyongeramuko ne mu business nenkwatizaako n'abaana
Amwaye Vanjuko and Deborah Namamonde for UBC.
In the world of sports, the first edition of the Bishop Ogez High School Old Students Association Bohosa League has been launched, and the launch of this 6-month football exhibition was at Mbarara Sports Arena and attracted a sizable crowd. The joy of sports as a unifying tool has come to the forefront at Mbarara Sports Arena during the launch of the Bishop Ogez High School Old Students Association Bohosa League.
From these galas, we know that these old boys and old girls, they meet each other, they associate with each other, and from there, they develop their minds, they develop their themselves, they develop their families, they develop the country, and this is actually what we want when we are teaching them at school. We don't only teach them academic work, but even this social, economic, political, so that they grow up as all-round people.
This league replaces the gala played last year and intends to achieve more than sports for all students at this church-founded Bushenyi District School that started in 1985.
2 years back, we came up with an idea of having all our OBs and OGs that started from Bishop Ogez High School since 1985 to date, how we mobilized with the intention or the core objective of having a common goal of social capital, because this is the way to go. In this country, Uganda, without social capital, you have nothing to do, you cannot go further.
The school draws its name from Bishop Emeritus Jean-Marie Oguez, who was the first Archbishop of Mbarara Archdiocese and renowned for dedication towards education and sports.
We have launched today. This will be going within the country. We are going to use two regions. One is the central region and the western region. Today we have launched from the western region, but next month we are going also to the central region. So we shall be alternating each and every month.
The league is of 9 teams, including Banabo FC, Main Street FC, Akasasi FC, Yokohama FC, Bogo FC, Kumbugu FC, Chwezi FC, Karere FC, and Equator FC.
Came up with that depending on the jargons that we used to use in the school. For instance, when someone talks about Banabo, it's something. It is a team which was composed of the people of those students at school during their time. Those students that would not depend on the school's meal. They would definitely only depend on their pocket money. They never actually try to bother themselves to go to the kitchen and they consume or they depend on the school's meal.
In some of the games played, Yokohama beat Equator, as did Chwezi over Kambugu.
So what inspired me to play football is my dad. He's the one who inspired me to play football. He's the one providing everything to me. And what made me play with boys, I think it's passion. I don't think there is any other thing that made me play with boys. Then when it comes to my fellow guys out there, I think you should try out your talents so that you can be good like I.
The culmination of this league, whose launch started with Mass, is expected in April next year, with teams and individual brilliance to be rewarded. And that brings us to the end of the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight, this 9th day of November 2024. Thank you for being a lovely audience, but we also do remind you that 50% of success is already taken when you are able to show up. My name is Wadulo Arnold, Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. Have yourselves a lovely night.